I will not slow my roll, Sage. I'm sorry that the fast lane's a little too fast for me, so maybe stay in your own lane, okay, and stay the fuck out of mine, because I'm flying. I'm on the autobahn right now. That's how I'm driving. That I'm high flying. I'm styling. I'm profiling. Woo! Let's get things started off. We don't have a ton to take it from the top. We don't have a ton to cover, but what we do have to cover is extremely important. David Stearns of the New York Mets made a move today. He made a pivot and he stole Luke Weaver from the New York Yankees for 2 years, $22 million. And he's going to likely be used as their eighth inning guy. And guess what? The New York Mets and David Stearns had also stolen Devin Williams from the New York Yankees. So I would love to see these Yankees fans, these Yankees marks, start getting a little upset because all they know how to do is sign Ahmad Rosario, who can only hit a 700 fucking OPS. So fuck you, New York. Congratulations to True York, which is the Mets. So big signing today. And you know what? I like it for the Mets. They've added a couple pieces to their bullpen. Now, is it enough to kind of negate the loss of Edwin Diaz? Yeah, I don't know. It really depends on Devin Williams if he's going to come back to the form he was while he was with that shit club out there in Milwaukee. Next thing's next. We've got another. That can't be true. That can't be true. And that can't be true. That seems like an awful overpayment. Just let me confirm that I put down the right numbers here. That seems like a very big overpayment. I'm just going to quickly go because it actually works better over here. For some reason, I love Brave because it's like it blocks ads and shit, but it does not always do what it's supposed to do. Wow. That's really weird. These contracts are both the same? Is that what I'm hearing right now? I believe both contracts are the exact fucking same. That's what I thought I might have fucked up, is that I might have accidentally put $22 million on 2 years for Weaver and Brad Keller, but it's true. It's $22 million for each of them on the same term. You don't really see that very often. Anyways, very interesting. The Phillies sign Brad Keller, who had a great year last year. Let's not kid ourselves. He had a 2.07 ERA in 69 and 2/3 innings. Gets 2 years, $22 million. Now, for me, it's a little rich for my taste because when I kind of look at his career, I kind of see a bit of a dud. One of the Dudley boys. I'd call this bitch probably Spike Dudley. That's how much of a dud this guy is. So, but for example, I'll give you the proof in the pudding, the proof in the pudding, and the proof in the pudding. Now, maybe it's just that he's found a role as a reliever and was a failed starter. That could be it. But I'm just saying, 2024, 5.44 ERA. 2023, 4.57 ERA. Now, granted, that's in 9 games started. 5.09 ERA in 2022. 5.39 ERA in 2021. So, I mean, the guy's been around a while. His age is not bad. 29. Well, he's actually 30 now. Was 29 last year. I know the Jays were interested in him. I don't think they had as much interest after the Rogers signing there. And Sage says, Devon, get the tables. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we will. But it's just hard to figure out, like, is this guy for real or not? So, like, I'm just trying to kind of piece that together as we speak. It's really been 2 years in a row where this guy's been a reliever. One being the 5.44 ERA year. 2 games started. That's not a whole lot. This year he had 1 game started for 2.07 ERA. So for me, yeah, he's got a 4.14 ERA. I just don't trust that. I don't trust that as a high leverage guy. I don't even really personally trust him as a like middle guy. I kind of think he's like a low leverage guy. Unless of course if he does 2.07 again, I'll eat my words and I'll say that I'm wrong. I'm just saying I'm very skeptical that this guy was worth 2 years and 22 million. But again, we'll see what happens. His strikeout rate per 9 last year was much better than his career norms. It was 9.7 per 9 innings. This for his career, he's 7 for his career. Last year, he walked guys at 2.8 per 9, and for his career, 3.9. So I just don't. I get, yeah, there's going to be improvement because he's no longer a starter. I'm just really not buying this Brad Keller signing. And you guys could go back to when the Blue Jays were interested in Brad Keller, and I said, I'm not really feeling that right there, and I'm still not feeling it here. Let's get to a little bit of Blue Jays news in 1 minute. We're going to take a look at a move that was made earlier today in the AL Beast, because we are the fucking best division in baseball. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays agreed to terms with left-hander Shane McClanahan on a 1-year deal. Now, I like Shane McClanahan a lot, and I hate Shane McClanahan a lot, if that makes sense. So, what I love about the guy is he can pitch. He pitches, and he pitches extremely good. The problem is he never seems to pitch. At least a couple years he has not pitched. And by a couple years, I mean he has not pitched since 2023. So here's a guy, Chris Collinsworth showed it right there, who as a rookie, 3.43 ERA. Astounding. His second year, a 2.54 ERA as a 25-year-old. And this motherfucker strikes guys out for his career. This is a starter we're talking about. He's over 10 per 9 for strikeouts. Doesn't walk a ton either, 2.6 per 9. A career 3.02 ERA. Now, I'm very interested to know why he has not played the last 2 years. So I'm just going to quickly see. I mean, obviously he's been injured. I'm just kind of curious what the injuries were. So the contract's fine regardless. He's going to make $3.6 million. That's what he earned the last 2 years, so that's kind of used to that contract. A Super 2 player, 2024. He hasn't pitched in the majors since. So Tommy John prior to the deal, and then ended up going down with a nerve issue as he completed his Tommy John rehab last spring. So he had Tommy John and then some sort of nerve injury within that arm, and they're saying he's expected to be fully healthy for spring training. Now, this wasn't a free agent. This is an arbitration signing for Tampa Bay. But man, if this guy can bounce back, that's a huge lift for the fucking Devil Rays. A huge lift, honestly. The guy's a beast. What can I say? Love him. Love Drew Rasmussen. They just, don't really tend to find the field too much. Now, according to Mark Feinsand, Bo Bichette is now starting to tell teams that he's willing to play second base. Okay, that's great. Bo, why weren't you telling teams that right away? Oh, because it's the fucking MLB offseason and you're fucking slow playing it. I get your move here, man. But no team looks at you as a long-term starter at shortstop, or B, a fucking short-term starter at shortstop. There's no need for you to be a shortstop. You had a negative 13 DRS last year. Now, I think this gets more teams interested, absolutely, but I also think it's a bit of a hindrance in a way because with Bo Bichette, He's a second baseman now. He's not a shortstop. Shortstops get paid a lot more than second basemen. So I'll be interested to see what that knocks his value to. And then I'm kind of interested in the value as well because I know for the first 5 or 6 years, Bo Bichette was very good. He was an Ironman. He never got injured. The last 2 years, not so much last year, but the year before, very banged up with that calf injury. This year he was banged up as well. Interested to see, but he didn't miss a ton of time. His performance was great this year. I'm just wondering the term, and I'm not going to lie, he kind of seems like he'd be a very good fit for the LA Dodgers. They need a second baseman. Max Muncy is getting older. They could potentially pivot him to third base. I'm not saying he's going to the Dodgers, but if the Jays sign Kyle Tucker, which many believe to happen, or could happen anyway, then I think Bo Bichette's going to the Dodgers. And why wouldn't you? He wants to win, wants to get paid. He can do both with the Dodgers. So kind of interested. I kind of look at the Jays and I look at the Dodgers as probably the two favorites. I think the Red Sox are interested. I'm not sure that's really going to happen. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. It could potentially happen. Maybe it depends on what happens to Alex Bregman, who we haven't really heard a lot about in terms of rumors. So we'll see what happens there. And finally, I did save the best for last for Blue Jays news. That being that the Toronto Blue Jays made a trade today. They traded who I said would be off the team next year. So put another win in the win column for the bad guy. Okay, Chico? Okay, Chico? Justin Broyle will not be a Jay next year. I said it would happen, and it fucking happened. You might as well, call me a goddamn fortune teller at this fucking point. Anyways, he was traded for, do you know what he was traded for, Sage? Do you have any idea the compensation in which Justin Broyle was traded for? Was traded for cash considerations. So, we got a little bit of money coming back the other way to get this sorry ass off our fucking lineup. He had, I don't know, man, 5.27 ERA last year. Career 4.72. He's not a lefty that I want. He did debut at the Dodgers apparently in 2021. His stuff metrics apparently did improve. Had a high strikeout rate. 28% of the 65 batters, small sample size that he faced last year, out of options. So it looks like he'll have a spot in Cleveland's bullpen, but certainly not in our bullpen. So see you later, Justin Broyle. Do not let the door hit you on the fucking ass. We're not going to miss you here in Toronto. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes of Thursday night football. I have predictions, and I will be right. So tomorrow, let me just. I just gotta shut my eyes here for a little minute here. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're always right. All right, you got this. All right, the pick is going to be between the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm going to say one fucking thing right now. This is easily the best, and I mean the ever-loved best matchup that we're going to see on Thursday Night Football all fucking year. I will say that right now. The LA Rams on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. Two of the best teams for point differential, and by two of the best teams, I do believe they are the two best teams. I'm just going to double check that. Looks like I'm right. So, the Seahawks have a plus 163 point differential. That's off the charts. They've got an 11-3 record. That's fucking dynamite right there. The Rams are a little close. They're pretty damn close to them as well. 159 point differential. Also have an 11-3 record. So, not only is this game for number one position in the NFC West, but both these teams are jockeying for number one in the NFC. The winner of this game most likely does get the number one seed in the NFC and a first round bye. So a lot at stake. Now, kind of bad news if you're a Rams fan is that Davante Adams is doubtful to play with his hamstring injury. If it were not for that injury, I would absolutely be picking the Rams to win this game, which they're favored to lose slightly, because Davante Adams and Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Cody Parkinson, whoever else you want to throw in there, they're a good little combination. Good little combination all around. They've got that stupid Higbee guy at tight end. I forget his fucking name. But their defense is astounding. Seahawks defense is pretty damn good too. They've actually let 19 less points than the Rams this year. I got to go with the Seahawks unless Sam Darnold forces the ball over once or twice. If he does that, the Rams will win. I believe the Rams are the better team. They are on the road. They are without Davante Adams. They still have Puka Nacua. So Puka Nacua could probably put up 250, 350 yards if he chooses to. And if that's the case, well, Sage is going to freak the fuck out because he's up against the owner of Puka Nacua. Gonna be a good game. Score-wise, I have no idea. I would not say it's going to be a super high-scoring game, but it's not going to be a low-scoring game. So maybe a tweener, maybe a 30-27, a 27-24. That's kind of where I see it. It could certainly be lower than that, though. It could certainly be lower than that. Sage, before we end there, so I've got the Seahawks winning and the Seahawks covering the -1.5. I am saying this knowing that the Rams are better. I really think the Rams could still win this game outright. I just think they're a better team. Stafford is a better quarterback than Darnold. To me, that's the difference maker potentially here. If Matthew Stafford outperforms Darnold, he can outperform him. That's fine. He can outperform him. But I don't know, man. Darnold's got Njigba. I don't know. I'm just going to say I think the Seahawks win. I think it'll be a close game. I'm cheering for the Rams, though. Sage, who do you think's winning tomorrow night's matchup? This is a good Thursday night game, so I would like to hear your opinion before we go off of fucking air. And while I wait for you to type, Sage, who do you think's winning? This isn't who we're cheering for over there. Who's winning the fucking game? Give me a yes or no answer. Are the Rams winning tomorrow? If you think the Rams are winning, give me a hell yeah. All right, I'm jumping ship. I'm jumping bandwagon. I'm giving it a hell yeah to the Rams tomorrow. Let's bring it, Rams. Let's bring it, Puka Nacua. Just take care of business. All right. Wasn't much to cover today. We will be back at it tomorrow, unless there's absolute... Well, no, we have to come back for football purposes. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. Until next time, you stay safe out there, San Diego, and go fuck yourselves. Have a good night, guys.